right. Good afternoon slash evening, everybody. And how are we all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Hope everything's going pretty okay. Man, I can't believe that it's been 4 years since I started doing these monthly channel update streams. Really been 48 of these now. It's crazy, you know. An idea that was spawned 4 years ago this month, and now here I am. And boy, it's what changed since the very first one I did. Whew, boy. So, new music for the month, which I've chosen to be something from the Doom Eternal soundtrack, which, as you'll discover in this sweet state, is going to be a little bit relevant to what I plan to cover in the near future. But maybe you're wondering, what is the sweet state, and why is there 48 of them in existence? Well, for the uninitiated, the sweet state is a monthly thing where I talk about the state of the channel, about what has happened in the last month, what is going to happen in the future, how things are generally, any kind of changes or ideas I have floating around. Just a bit of an opportunity to just talk about the state of the channel and any updates and stuff like that without there being a distracting video game in the background as such. So it's an idea that I was inspired by, at the time, the Accursed Farms update blogs, and others over the years have done the same thing. And thought I'd keep doing them. So here I am. So, cutting away from this to my visage and my hand, slightly adjusting the camera position of the visage. As you can see, it's a beautiful, sunny early evening here in the UK, at least in this part of the world. And yeah. So I do actually have, unlike maybe the last couple of sweet states, a couple of potentially heavier things to talk about this time around. And I will get onto those in due course. So the first thing I always start out with these sweet states, is I talk about my general personal situation. And hello, Lord Misfits. Thank you for the 25 bits. Hello, Reckless Life. How are you doing as well? So, in regards to my personal situation, I have been, some of you will probably remember I've been mentioning about how in September I'm going to embark on a TA2 Teaching Assistant Level 2 course to advance my career. Unfortunately, the current one I was planning to go on after the summer, I will now not be able to go on because the school will not allow me to attend their lectures, which will be 1 day a week. And the college will not allow me to not attend their lectures in person, so essentially I can't do the course. Luckily, fingers crossed anyway, there is a backup option. I've applied for the same course but a different college, and I'm waiting to hear back from them so that they'll get me in, and luckily their lecture times are in the evening, so it does mean I would lose a weekday evening once every 2 weeks, I think. Sorry, a bit tired. But I would be able to attend the actual lectures, and that would be good because then I could get a teaching assistant level 2 job and make a bit more money and secure a long-term career and go from there, and who knows what happens after that. So while that's happening, I've got to try and get this in place before the summer ends or even starts. Otherwise, I may have to wait another fucking year, potentially, to get this course started. Although I would, if that's what I had to do, then so be it. I'd be very, very pissed off, but, you know, I'll be hoping that won't be the case, as the start time is supposed to be October or late September, so I should, if they actually get off their fucking arses and get back to me about it. Be nice if people actually responded a bit quicker these days, wouldn't it? Then maybe I can get in. So hopefully I'm still going to be doing a TA2 course after the summer ends, which means I may still be busier after the summer period in terms of my streaming and everything else. But I'll have to see how much of my free time this course will eat up when I start on it. So that is where I'm at. Hopefully that will pan out and I'll just be on the same course with a different college in the same time frame that I was originally going to do. Anyway, aside from that, I have only 3 full weeks left before my summer holiday break begins. So, yay, I get summer off. That's going to be fun. At least 6 weeks of peace and quiet for a while and soaking up the sun and doing shit, which really is the main thing I need to do a bit more of this year. Because last year, having the 6 weeks off for summer was a bit of a novelty of sorts. More relaxing novelty, because I'm used to having to do I'm used to working where I either don't get the summer holidays or they were restricted or I was working a much more stressful job. So I didn't actually do anything last year with the summer all that much. I just kind of lounged around, relaxed, and then summer came and went, really. But this time around, I want to do a bit more with it. I want to actually do some interesting things if possible. I want to do stuff, Hey, Eljan, how you doing? I'm just, you just caught at the beginning of the sweet state. I'm just going over the personal situation stuff. Just talking about how over the summer holidays I want to plan some things, do some stuff. Nothing too crazy because I don't want to spend a lot of money, but at the same time, I don't want to just have my entire summer holiday be I woke up, played video games, drank, and did that for 6 weeks and nothing else, Right? I didn't go and attempt to visit my friends in London. I didn't go anywhere interesting, do anything particularly different. I didn't try to improve myself in some way, yada, 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 yada. So, what I'm going to be trying to do in the next few weeks as summer creeps ever closer, once this TA2 course stuff is hopefully sorted out as well, is I am hoping to actually plan some stuff. I did talk about this last month, but I didn't actually get around to it because busy. But I'm going to have to knuckle down at some point and say, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, with regards to sorting out a few things on the channel as well. Obviously, I did also say that I will try and get this other game list going again in the summer by maybe considering purchasing an Xbox and rigging it up, and then I could start the Saintsville playthrough, or sorting something else out where I can play Dragon Quest Heroes 2, or whatever happens. So, I do need to actually really plan summer stuff, and some of that will be, well, probably quite a lot of it will be stuff that's not directly related to the streaming, but some of it will be, because I want to make the most of it, not only from a perspective of don't just spend 6 weeks streaming, but also when I am streaming, I want to be doing possibly some interesting things with that as well. Always getting on with something pretty significant. So I need to actually plan summer holiday stuff this month is what I really need to do. And really, that's about it for the personal situation stuff. Other than that, it's just I need to lose weight. Need to really I continue to struggle to commit to that, but at the same time, I have made a couple of healthier options, which have been helpful. But it's just very hard to keep me, the same old struggles. I'm not going to go over that again. Cool. Glad you think so, Eljan. So that's really about it. Other than that, I'm 3 weeks left, summer holidays, weight loss still a thing, still playing poker. Actually won £125 in poker in my poker league on Thursday. My second highest cash win, actually, ever. The highest being 150, and which was also achieved this year, which I think was about 2 months ago, actually. And now £125. So not bad for a £10 buy-in. So always nice to get a bit of extra side dosh coming in, paying for a few things, which is always nice. And you know, I'm still not at the stage where I'm super seriously, regularly, daily playing poker, but I'm still playing it. I still enjoy it, and I still enjoy streaming, and yeah. Oh, and I guess I have a slight cold at the moment, but it's nothing really to worry about, and I'm pretty sure it's not COVID. All right, so that's really it for personal stuff. Now I'm going to get onto one of what I call three sort of bigger topics I wanted to talk about during this sweet state. Hopefully to as many people as possible. And one of these is really just more of an announce. Hey, Pale Blue Camel, how you doing? Hope you're a bit more awake now. It was fun watching your stream earlier today. So the first thing I want to sort of go through is in regards to my 2 game lists. Now, long-time viewers will be aware that I have had this... Oh, you're much more tired. Okay, so streaming has made you more tired. Could there be a correlation? Who knows? Oh, right, you ran a 5-coin to race. That also might have something to do with it. Sorry. I haven't run a 5-coin to race and I'm tired, so I don't know what my excuse is. Hope the race went well. Hope you did it in good time. So anyway, sorry. As I said, long-time viewers will know I've had this other game list for quite a while. And also, you know, if you don't look at the channel description, it's down there in the Twitch channel description. You can see both lists down there. So I've had the other game list for years, and the Doomwad list is currently about 1.5 years. This second one, 1.5 years old, which has got still a fair amount left to cover. And I am currently trying to get through Lost Civilization 1 and 2 in that regard. The other game list terms, at the moment, nothing's been settled. But as of today, I've decided to make a decision as to the future of both of these lists going forward. Because I've always said that once the other game list was completed, I would have a discussion about what to do for other game requests after that point, and the same applied to the Doomwad list. Now, in the past, with the Doomwad list, once the current one was finished, I would take a small break, and then I would announce a new one. And I may, in previous months and years, been planning a similar thing with the other game list, only reining it in more to make so that there's not like 20 games and it takes me 10 years to get through them. So I know that, you know, a lot of those other game requests have been, at times in the past, been there for nearly a decade before getting taken a look at, which I feel is a bit unfair for the person waiting for that request to some extent. So what I've decided to do as of today, after some thought about it, is I have decided to make a decision regards the future of both lists. Both the other game list and the Doomwad list, as to what I'm going to do with both of them in the future. Nice water. And so what I've decided to do is basically I'm not going to have any more lists in either. I have decided that once all the other games on the other game list are completed, and they will be completed, that's it. I'm not doing another one. I'm not putting up another one, and I'm not going to have anything like that anymore. And same with the Doomwad list. Once all of those Doomwads are finished, I'm not putting up a new request list. I'm going to leave that out as well. And the reason for this decision is quite simply, in the future, I really don't want to be held to a list or anything like that. And I want to play the games and WODs that I want to play. Now, that's not to say that people can't request stuff. And that's not to say that if some people gift games, I won't be taking a look at them. But I'm no longer going to hold it to the strictness of a firm list that hangs over me like the sword of Damocles or whatever. How dare you play what you want to play? Yeah, how dare I play what I want to play? Don't you know you're a Twitch streamer? Oh no, that's it now. The Great Purge is going to begin. I'm going to lose all the followers. You know, say goodbye to that Twitch count. 1992 followers. 8 followers away from Sunder, which has been the case for 6 years. Months, not years, sorry. About that point. That's it now. The Great Purge is happening. I'll lose 500 in this stream, and that'll be it. I'll be on the streets before I know it. But nah, it's just that you can clearly see that I struggle to actually do the list in an expedient time. And I just want to play my own stuff. Really. I'd rather just have that freedom of saying, oh, this looks cool, let's play it. And that's it. You know, there might be some things that I'll hold in reserve or keep an eye on, but I got so many things that I have in reserve. I mean, ignoring the list you can see in the description below, I have a lot of other Doom WODs bookmarked. I have other gifted games bookmarked. I have other games I've had in my Steam library for years, and other games for years I've wanted to play. You have heard me say stuff like, oh, one day I'm going to play Tomb Raider 1 or 2. Oh, 1 year I might like to play Max Payne 1 and 2. Oh, 1 year I might want to play the entire Halo trilogy, pentology, whatever, Master Chief Collection. Well, I understand the reason behind you not wanting to be held to a rigid list. I do feel in regards to the Doom side of things, it could become a subconscious excuse not to play anything that's not vanilla and to not mess with mods people might want you to try. I am not a vanilla purist, Lord Misfit, so you will not have to worry about that. But the bottom line is, these lists, I don't stick to them. I mean, let's be clear, I played Nightmare Reaper instead of playing something from the other game list. What was the last Doom WOD I played, aside from Lost Civilization? Final Scourge, not on the list. If you're going to have a list like that, you should be held to them. And I don't want to be held. I'm tired of these fucking lists, you know. As a streamer for years and years and years, I used to pride on having a list of games. Back in the peak Dope Whips days. Hey, Shakar. That was what I did. If you were around at the time, you'll know I used to have a list on the Dope Whips forums. It was like, current game being played, games I have just completed, games to be played next, and I'd cycle it over and over and over again. I would pride on the fact I could say, oh, I've got to play Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Skyrim and Oblivion and or whatever, and I would play them one after the other, big completing projects, you know. I used to like that kind of process, but that was only with a couple of games, and I actually did them in the end. Small list, and I actually played them. What I have on this channel, big lists that take years to get done, and then it's like, just, what's the point? And the stuff I want to play, you know, I want to have a look at a little bit. Maybe not, but most of the stuff you get is vanilla token. I know it's more effective for the audience than you, but I still have a few concerns. I don't blame you that. Token conventions. Yeah, I get that you want me to... you're not the only person who wants me to play more modifications, and my rule on that is still the same. You get me a mod, get me a WOD I've played, I'll combine them. Then I don't judge the mod on the WOD. That's a personal preference. You know, I prefer to play mods with existing ones I have already played through so I can enjoy the mod more. Unless it's a WOD designed around that mod, in which case the experience, you know, like Map Witch 2 was designed around Supercharged, so obviously I'd play them together. Stuff like that. That's how I prefer. That's my personal preference. But yeah, I'm no longer going to have lists in the future. I don't want that anymore. And that's always been a part of my thinking ever since I talked about what would I do once I do a game list. You know, my other ideas were also to have a maximum of 5 games maximum on the list at once, and no more than that. But I've decided today, I just want to, no more lists. No more. I will play what I want. You can gift me stuff, I may or may not play it. I will consider it, but I'm not going to play it in any order. I may never touch them. It's time dependent. But I don't want to do any other lists because I don't have the same time that I used to do when I was a dope list streamer, and I need to accept that and adapt accordingly so that people do not have these unrealistic expectations that if they gift me a game, I'm going to play it 2 months later or something. That being said, I still wonder if time goes by, most on the road, you'll still subconscious we try back into it for a while. I know you'll be trying not to, but sometimes habits die hard. What do you mean? Like trying to create lists and stuff? I mean, yeah, maybe, but that's why I want to break this habit, because it's just holding me back. Because I'm tied to these lists, you know. Like, streamers are meant to have fun. And I get that, you know, I know how it is to break a habit. I still can't break the habit of snacking. I still can't break the habit of, you know, I've gotten better with some habits, don't get me wrong. There's a few habits I've changed. I don't drink energy drinks anymore. I used to drink a lot more than I used to. I don't play MMOs anymore, thankfully. Hey, Nars, how you doing? But yeah, I should play what I want to play, and that's really the mentality I want to get into. I want to play what I want to play. People can make... Well, it used to be Lucasade, but that was several years ago when I started drinking more of this, and I'm very grateful I did. Next thing to do is to just stop the whole eating to fill the void, escapism shit. I don't like coffee. I never like coffee. I'm doing okay now. So I'm just talking about one of the changes I'm going to be making on the channel going forward. There's 3 big points in this sweet state, and the first one is, you see those lists down below for other games and Doom WODs? Once they're completed, I'm not doing another one on either. I'm going to play what I want to play. People can suggest stuff, and there are plenty of things I want to play. And I might take on the odd one, but whoa. OBS, please behave. OBS, please behave. Thank you. Hopefully everything's okay. OBS just did an annoying thing. Hopefully that was a blip. I like to compromise. I come up with 7 or 8 games I want to play, then I went to decide what Paul was next. Yeah, there was a short buffer. Hopefully it's okay. Refresh. Yeah, I just want to be able to play what I want to play, really. No more lists, you know. People have gifted me games, and I'm still got a backlog of that. I've still got a lot of, as I said, lots of bookmarked Doom ones I want to take a look at, possibly. And it'd be nice just to play what I want, and people can enjoy the ride, hopefully. Hopefully there's enough people stick around to enjoy the ride over however long I keep doing this for. So... There's plenty of gifted games in reserve. There's plenty of WODs I've got my eye on, and just... But as I said, I want to do my own thing. Personally, I'm just here to enjoy you play and have fun. We don't care about a list. I wonder if we can break that play a game only once and never play again unless it's Doom DVD heavy for we edit. And what you want to play sucks. That's okay. If you really want, you enjoy it more. I mean, that's not to say that what I've been playing on the list has not been enjoyable for the most part. It's just I want to have the freedom of picking my own projects from now on. No, Odd Misfits, I'm not really going to do that. And that's because, for me, with most games that have multiple endings, unless it's Zero Escape 2 style, I'm happy to play a game once, get an ending, and call it. I don't really like playing games over and over and over and over again in the single-player department unless they have a certain type of longevity. Kind of thing. You know? And Dead by Daylight is a multiplayer game. That's different. And Doom WODs are never-ending, so that's also different. You know? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that habit. Well, yes, but it's your own choice. It means you only need to sweat it, so you enjoy it more than also in the quest, probably. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not like I'm going to start playing some games that are really off the cuff or something. I'm still going to play a lot of FPS games or whatnot, but they start doing build map sets regularly, change things up a bit. What I might do in the future... I might do. I've always said I wanted to look into Quake at some point. I've always I might want to look into some customs. I want to look into Death Wish for blood. But you have to understand, I have a lot of time. Well, or rather I say, I don't have a lot of time, and I have things to do. I'm still going to complete the other game list. The current ones will be... Yes, I know Quake isn't build. But look, Lord Misfit, I don't have all the time in the world. You want me to play build. Someone else wants to play this. Someone else wants to play that. I don't have the time. Simple as that. If I don't have to adhere to these lists, my time will increase. And then I can prioritize doing different things better or whatnot. You're done with the KF2 seasonal research. You can install now if you wish. Live Steam game on installation streams. I'm going to keep KF2 up for a little bit. I might quickly get the weapon and then I'll do the same and uninstall it so I can install something else that I'm going to announce in a few moments. So I'm going to play next from the other games that I have in mind. I won't mind the occasional RPG, but I do understand it take a lot of time. There's a few good Doom 3 ones. Yeah, I believe there is. You know, it's all about, I just want to play what I want to play, you know. I know you want me to go in different directions and stuff, but I've been doing that for years. And quite frankly, I want to do my own shit for a good while, actually. Maybe taking on the occasional request or whatever. As I said, I got loads to do. I mean, I've already shown off the other game list of gifted games that aren't even on the current list I could play through. I'm not short of things to play, I can assure you. I just don't want to feel all this list pressure. I put it on myself. It's like, I gotta play these because it's a big list. It's like, I just want to play what I want. You know? I cannot please all of you all the time, unfortunately. I don't have the time, you know. And that's a good thing in some aspects, because I want to do other things with my time other than stream. You know? Especially when the channel is stagnating. So I'll be talking about that as well, Lord Misfits, in a little bit. So that's the decision I've made, you know. You need not fear me not playing. No, I redeemed. You did? When? I don't see it on my chat log. I actually don't see it, so I don't see it on the chat log. I don't see it. I didn't see that either. I'm not kidding. I didn't see either of those. Well, probably Twitch did, so I'll take your word that it went through fine. Well, I didn't see it in my chat. No worries. I'll just do it anyway. There's my hydration. And there's Cherry. Actually, I'd like to hold that back, because I'm going to be talking about Cherry a little later. So, I will uphold your redeem, but just have to wait a little bit. So, that's the decision I'm going to make. I mean, if you want an idea of all the other gifted games that I have that aren't on my current list right now, I will go through these once again. A few of you already know this because I talked about this on another stream. But I'm going to go for the whole list of... And keep in mind, this is every single game that I have right now that was gifted to me probably in the last year and a half. And it's not on there. That's gifted. I have Dreadout 2, Ghost Runner, Resident Evil Village, Wolfenstein New Order and Old Blood, Torchlight 2, Automata Chef Stronghold. Well, those were free games. Those aren't really... They weren't gifted per se. They were sort of won. But they were gifted regardless, I guess. White Hell, the early access game. Witchden Battle Mage, which I got from your raffle, Pale Blue Camel. Typing of the Dead Overkill. Wrecker. Czar. Mad Space. Star Explorers. Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Parts 1 and 2. We'll touch that in a minute. And Demon Pit. And all those are games that were gifted to me that aren't on that list. And I'm probably going to tackle most of those too, I think. So, I think we should have a Cherry State as well, like what Shenanigans Dale getting up to. Yeah, we'll talk about that. So, I will not be short of things to play. That is not the issue. My issue is time and the fact I just want to have no more bound to a list things, you know. Those are all games. They're on there. Maybe I play them. Maybe I don't. We'll see. But that's the decision I'm making going forward. So enjoy the list while they last, because they will not be returning. I intend to go to a more freelance style where I just play what I want and people come along for the ride. I will take suggestions, maybe do the odd request, but it's going to be a lot more streamlined and a lot less list focused. Yeah, exactly, Shakar, and I'm trying my best to nullify it. So that is the decision I've made. Hope you all appreciate it in the future when I'm not so stressed out about all the other games I have to play and I'm playing things and just enjoying playing things, you know? Oh, no problem, Naza. It was a pleasure. I will also talk about the Iron Man at some point. I will talk about the Iron Man in a little bit as well. So, speaking of other games, to sort of segue onto the next thing I plan on playing, now that Nightmare Reaper was finished last month, and Nightmare Reaper was awesome, by the way. Really enjoyed that. May play the New Game Plus at some point. May not. I'll see how I feel. Oh, well, glad to hear that, Shakar. So, Nightmare Reaper was awesome. Now, at the moment, none of the other games on my list are still available, unless Lord Misfit wants to get his co-op character done. And by the way, Lord Misfit, why haven't you got your co-op character done yet in Dragon Quest Heroes 2? Because it'd be really nice if you could get on with that, so I could actually play Dragon Quest Heroes 2 so I can get on with the list. Just saying. Well, be less busy and just level up a character. You want me to play your other shit? Get on with help me, give me a hand, man. Because I really am wanting to play Dragon Quest Heroes 2. Especially since Pale Blue Camel was playing Dragon Quest 8 earlier and it looked fun and it reminded me of all the fun I had in the first Heroes. Controller this sucks. We'll play the mouse and keyboard then. And real life is interfering. Tell real life to bugger off. Cool, blimey. I missed a game you are leveling for. That's Dragon Quest Heroes 2. The only reason I can't play that is because I'm scheduled to do a co-op session with Sirius and Lord Misfit, and one of them is not leveling their character in preparation. That's literally the reason. That is 100% the reason. I am ready to play it. Sirius is ready to play it. Lord Misfit is busy doing shit, so I have to wait. I could not get things going. Yeah, to be fair, a game like that, I won't want to play without a controller either. It's like a controller-based game, so I don't blame you for not using mouse keyboard. So, yeah. But anyway, aside from dropping that guilt train on Lord Misfit in an attempt to encourage him to get on with it, it's also a one game to prep with. Yeah, I get that. So therefore, because my other game list is currently still in stasis for the time being, hopefully not for much longer though. As I said, one of the things I do want to take care of this summer is getting that list going again. Yeah, and that's why I'm holding off. Like Lord Misfit said, he said later on, because the sequel is apparently a lot more difficult than the first, and at times the first one could get a bit tough. So the fact that the second is described as being a little tougher and requiring co-op means I need partners. And also it would be nice to play with Lord Misfit and Sirius and hear Lord Misfit's voice properly for the first time. And also just play with him, you know. That'd be a fun little sessions. Hey Prime, how you doing? Just missed the first major point of the sweet state, which is that I am no longer having any further lists on the other games or the Doom ones once the current ones are finished. I'll be literally playing what I want to play going forward. So that's the first big point. And I'm just segueing on to what I'm going to play next in terms of not Doom stuff. Although really, it's not really going to be technically not Doom stuff next. If it weren't for the fact that Court doesn't fill in for CPU characters, I'd continue just weighing you and Gregor going without me and watching G1. Cool. I'm doing okay. Another weekend. Well, that'd be nice to go. Big handicap, fair enough. So, the next other game I'll be playing, once Lost Civilization 1 and 2 are finished, I'm playing through that currently, Doom-wise, and that'll be the thing I focus on at the moment. But once that's done, the next thing I'm gonna play is Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods, Part 1 and 2. So because World Misfit gifted me the Season Pass for Doom Eternal, I can now access the Ancient Gods DLC. And I'll be playing those hopefully later this month. Once Lost Civilization 1 and 2 are complete, it'll be on to the Ancient Gods. So I'm going to make up for the fact I didn't play a lot of Doom in the last month by playing a lot of Doom in this month. Lost Civ, Iron Man, Ancient Gods. Apparently the Ancient Gods is tough. So I'll be ready to get my ass kicked. On Hurt Me Plenty. With extra lives. I think I don't have to drive to level up. Someone doesn't help the matter. I'm going to enjoy getting wrecked by demons. I hope enjoying my fails to get wrecked and then wrecking the demons. Oh, goodness me. I've heard many things about the Ancient Gods. Some people say it's a bit disappointing and quite short. Others say it's brutal, especially the first part of the first one. But I'm going to be playing it. That's next. I've always said I wanted to play the Ancient Gods. I just didn't want to pay a lot of money for both DLCs. I was waiting for a really cheap offer or something. But, if someone gives you the Season Pass, then why not? I like Doom Eternal. It'll be nice to go back to Doom Eternal and see how it's done in the 2 years since. I played it on launch day, which was also cool. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Well, hopefully I'll come out with a similar opinion then, Shakar. So that's going to be next. The Ancient Gods Part 1 and 2. Once Lost Civ 1 and 2 are done. So get hyped for that, I guess. Right. Yeah, John Suitepee, I'm just going to let you two go forth on with Dragon Quest Heroes 2. I see about at least joining voice chat a few times, though. I could at least try to do that much. Wait. You're gonna not try to level up? You're gonna let me and Serious Kako do it? No. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, I did read the previous message, because honestly I'm just waiting to let you and Keiko go into Dragon Quest Heroes 2 without me. I think I just don't have to drive to level up right now somewhere that doesn't help the matter. So you've decided to basically, it's just going to be me and Serious Keiko co-oping, and we'll try our best. Alright, cool. It's a shame you can't join us, since you did gift me the game, but... At least, in the game, obviously you could join us in the voice chat. But okay, sweet. So, in that case then, I guess the next thing I could announce is, with this revelation cast upon me, oh, damn, I just announced the Ancient Gods Part 1 and 2, and then I just... Actually, no, that's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. This is perfect. Great. So, in that case then... What I'm going to do is, after Tag 1 and 2, I will then start my playthrough of Dragon Quest Heroes 2. Right afterwards. Finally, my other game list can get back on track again. Hooray! So thank you, Old Misfit. So, this has already been a profitable stream already. I can finally play something from the other game list again. Woo! I kind of wish I'd waited like 3 more minutes to announce it, and I could have just said Dragon Quest Heroes 2 next, and tag later. But it's a bit hard to do that now. But then Saints Row 2 will take 30 years for it. Yeah, but the good thing about that is now I don't have to buy an Xbox this summer, because Dragon Quest Heroes 2 will probably be my summer project, which means that game series playthrough will have to wait a little longer, and maybe by then something will happen. And then I don't have to do it at all. I can just play on the PC like I want to. If you ever decide to play survival games, I'm your girl to join, but I don't think you will. Well, can't rule it out for the future. I might want to branch out and try some other types of games. Maybe Simmerwadi will come out. Hint, hint. Night Dive. So yeah, cool. So that's going to be the decision. So in terms of what I'm going to be playing, I'm going to complete Lost Civ 1 and 2 first. Then I'm going to play the Ancient Gods 1 and 2. And then Dragon Quest Heroes 2. And that will probably take me the rest of summer, because the first Dragon Quest Heroes wasn't exactly short. I don't expect the sequel to be shorter. So that's really good. That sets up my summer nicely. Thanks for that. You've really helped me out there, World Misfit, as you have done for quite a few years. Right. So, that is that. I'm going to make a quick note, actually. Okay, let's make a little note there to remember that I can go ahead with that. Sweet. Excuse me. Right, so now I'm going to move on to actually, since Naza is here, I might talk about the Iron Man League first before I move on to that real quick. So let me just switch those around a little bit. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it, World Misfit. Your personal life is more important, you know. So do not worry about it. So, regarding the Iron Man that I did last month, ran last month, I should say. Let me see if I can just find the thread. My fiance says you've got to do maternity. You could probably finish tag 1 and 2 in 1 and 2 streams. We're going to have to get to tag 2. Okay. Yeah, I know they're supposed to be quite short. Now I can't say I'm really good at Doom Eternal. And Doom Eternal certainly kicked my ass early on, and the only reason I did well later on was because I started spamming extra lives. I can't say I'm very good at it, to be honest. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, Penguin just released the Iron Eagle. Oh, nice. Nice. That's good. That is helpful as well. Sweet. The Iron Eagle is now out. I wasn't expecting that tonight either. But there we go. Yeah, that's pretty much what I heard. Tag 2 is supposed to be easier. Tag 1 is supposed to be really hard. I do remember discussions at the time. Nice. So Iron Eagle is out. That's cool. Here it is. This is my the Iron Man I done last month. That set was almost Iron Man this month. It was a second choice. So this is the Iron Man that I ran in June. I chose Yugi Boy 85's Man on the Moon. I could have picked the first one, but I wanted to go for the second one for some reason. I just felt this version was the most modern one. It was the 2021 update. And I felt it was the one I wanted to push out there. And it was quite fun. I mean, going through some of the demos took a little bit of time, but it was actually really easy once I got the hang of it. And it was fun going through them, writing the obituaries, getting the calculations and shit. It was quite fun. I definitely enjoyed it. It was a lot better than, I think I actually enjoyed it a little. Well, don't get me wrong, me doing my own map, my own debut map release, Firebox, was still a highlight for me. That was still incredibly fun to watch everyone else die on my own map, but this was fun too. And in total, there were 34 runners, so a good amount of people. Only 2 survivors, Master Midi and Gink, Ginc. And Yugi Boy died on his own map, so that was fun. You thought you'd be near the bottom. Yeah, I thought I'd do better too, but I took the stupid Mega Spear route and paid for it. If I ignored that, I probably would have done a little better. But, it's no big deal. So yeah, it was pretty fun. And I might do it again in the future. I don't know when, but I was certainly happy to do another month at some point in the future. But I anticipate being quite busy after when this TA2 course starts, so I don't know if I'd be able to do it until next year, if anything. But I certainly wouldn't mind running another one again. Hopefully this will still be a thing next year, because I still enjoy the Iron Man. So it was really fun. That's generally my thoughts. I enjoyed doing it. I'm glad I got to help out. So this is this month's Iron Man, Vigor. It'd be nice to just do a demo and leave it at that. Naza once again taking over. I think 34 people's not bad. I don't know how many you're getting at the peaks of the Iron Man, but I think it's about that. So that's the Iron Man for this month, and this is the Iron Eagle. So I will be doing those at some point. I'll probably do those. I might do those. Yeah, I think I'll do those before Tag 1 and 2. I'll do those in before I do the Ancient Gods 1 and 2. But maybe in between the Lost Civilizations, perhaps. Or maybe after I beat the first one, or whatever. Oh, wait, that's the same thing. Or maybe after I beat the second one. So I've been thinking on my part in Dragon Quest Heroes 2 if I decided to join in a month for leveling a new game set of characters with a wild by the game and use one of my hairs level character setups from a previous game for one place. They wanted to make a proper entrance, but that's to be discussed when it starts. Well, see how we do. I mean, maybe I'll do okay. Maybe I won't need it, but it could be there as an option, Lord Misfit, if we're really struggling. And I just kind of want to say, fuck it, give me the high level character. Let's just power our way through this fight. Could be an option. But let's cross that bridge when we get there, Lord Misfit. Because I'd like you to take part, because I know you were hyped for it. No, I mean it's not bad at all. If it needs to get to a point where rotating has, yeah, I know, but that's a thing. You know, obviously we want different people to contribute to the Iron Man thing. It shouldn't be you all the time if we're doing rotating hosts. Although I am also aware that the Iron Man stuff has kind of died off a little bit. You know, like it's not as popular as it used to be a few years back. There was also the side store, Dungeons and Art story, critical stuff, which is where a lot of MP is focused. I say near because I get to beat over Nisa bosses, only done like the easy version of one of them so far. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, I like that one wants to really bring in look out to any games. I look for at times as well. Do you? Oh, it's got scaling. Okay. The main gist is me being the interim host. 8 challenges and 4x4 guest host could be an interesting idea to try next year. Okay, that's an interesting idea, Naza. I certainly think you could propose that if things don't change a lot. I certainly think that's not a bad idea. For sure. But yeah, the Iron Man is good. And that's my general thoughts on it. I enjoyed running Man the Moon. I may do another one in the future. And hopefully it will keep going with different people. And the good picks hopefully will keep coming in. The 4-season specials. Ooh, nice. I wouldn't mind seeing Bridgeburner run a month of the Iron Man, but I know that Bridgeburner's got a lot to do. And to be honest, the trend's quite nice. Highest average participants in 2018. So yeah, okay, it's going alright then. It's doing fine. Perhaps I'm just remembering all the times when there was the Brit Bowl, you know. That was like the peak of it, when the Brit Bowls and... super busy, it seems. So, I think it'd be interesting if you had the time to try and run it for a month or something. Certainly. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on the Iron Man. And I will be doing the Iron Man and Iron Eagle this month, as per usual. And it will be before Tag 1 and 2. So, sometime around the Lost Civ playthroughs. Probably going to complete Lost Civ 1 first, and then maybe Iron Man's in between as a gap before the second one. Okay. So, sticking to Doom stuff-ish, I now move on to the second big talking point I wanted to talk about during this sweet state. And with that in mind, I need to introduce someone who has been quite familiar to the channel at this point. So, I believe we all know the name of this plushie. Do we not? It is Cherry, of course. Cherry! The Caco Demon plushie that has somehow become a gimmick on my channel that has... Hey, pineapple, tomato? No, they're called Cherry. They were named by... fuck... I should know who named them, and it will be somewhere in my notes. But Cherry. Pomegranate? No pineapple. God damn it, how you doing? So, obviously, this has become a sort of popular thing in the last few months. Ever since I wanted a Cacodemon plushie because I saw a few other Doom streamers have one, and I got my own official Doom and Cacodemon plushie. If you understand how I like Cherry so much that we sometimes look at each other and speak, really? You do the Cherry speak? You go me 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 me. Really? Yeah, I think it's like a thing. If you're a Doom streamer, you have to have a plushie. You can't find one. Just go on the Bethesda website. That's where I got this one. This was shipped to me from somewhere in Germany. You have to pay a heavy shipping thing, but it only cost me about 30 something quid. Might be a bit less for you. I don't know. Maybe without the Euro to GBP exchange. I don't know. Usually hangs around with my King Slime plushie. Yeah, so now we've always talked in weird sounds and voices, so Cherry voice fits fine. Oh my goodness, I'm picturing quite the image now, Shakar, when you just say something like that so casually. Shakar, stop sharing your stuff with the fair Doom streamer. You know, it's just going to be like a thing that is mentioned at your wedding or something, making weird noises to your wedding reception of guests. And now we turn to the Book of Cherry from the best person notes. Me 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 me. Yeah, thank you, Lord Misfit. There's your link. That's where I got mine from. Oh, they're out of stock. Oh, that's a shame. Well, that's where I got mine. Now I pronounce you Cherry and Cherry. Oh, I'm sure they'll be back in stock soon, but that's where I got mine. I think you could get them off eBay and stuff like that as well, but I got the official one because, fuck it, I want a brand new fluffy cackle. Anyway, aside from talking about Bethesda and marketing and Cacodemon plushies, so I have to be honest with you about this whole Cherry thing that I started. It was never intending to. I never intended this to happen with it. It just happened because I have this thing where I work with kids, you know, and I sometimes like to play the animism role with toys and stuff and give them voices. I've always kind of liked doing that, even though I'm not the best at doing it sometimes. But I'll give voices to little things, you know. People will probably have noticed I've done that in the past with other things as well. You know, like I'll do a little impersonation like, oh, well, you know, look at me, I'm a big killer. I can put people on the hook. Look at me, I can use ruin and corrupt intervention. And, you know, I've done stupid, silly voice acting shit that I'm not very good at consistently maintaining. Oh no, I can't do an impression of you, Pineapple. I don't think. It'd be like, no, I can't do that. I can't think of. It'd be like, oh no, I can't do one for you, Pineapple. I'm sorry, I can't vocalize it. I do that too, John. It's not that strange, but maybe I am a weirdo. That may be weird too. No, I mean, it's just something I fun that I do, but the thing I am now pondering is this Cherry thing, is it a fun gimmick that people like, or is it time to ditch it and just go back to how it was before I had the plushie, you know? It's really the question of, should a 36-year-old Twitch streamer be pretending to sound off a Cacodemon plushie and give it a personality and do really sometimes a massive amount of improvised jokes is the thing. That's the thing. I mean, all I really wanted to do was just display I have a plushie. And then someone to say, give it a name. And then it just kind of rolled from that. The whole thing was improvised. It was never planned for this to happen. It just happened. To be honest, it's a fun gimmick, no ditch. Real talk, I think it's fun, but sometimes I overdo it a bit. I love the cherry thing, don't you? I'm not going to throw away the plushie. The plushie's not getting ditched. I just might ditch the whole pretending it's called cherry and just say I have a Caco plushie. Keep cherry in some form, also quit. So you reckon I should just... You seem to like it, this gimmick, I guess. But Babel says I sort of overdo it. I guess sometimes I do. I mean, whenever I do the cherry bits, I just sort of do it off the top of my head. I don't plan them out usually. Maybe sometimes I have an idea at the start of a stream or something like that, but I don't like plan out cherry segments. I just try and think of something. Sometimes I don't, and then I just have to end it. I don't think you do personally. I mean, the general consensus I'm getting here is that you kind of... Occasionally the high-pitched voice goes on long enough to cross over from funny into grating, in my opinion. So I should keep it like short sections, you know. Even if cherry webcam squatting was funny. So you're saying I should sort of keep it, but just keep it short? Like kind of what I want to do with it anyway? I mostly try and keep them short. I think keep it short. Keep it, but short sections is good. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I remember... It reminds me... That kind of thinking reminds me of when Mr. Mekater did an analysis on the Nostalgia Critic. And he said, like, when he first started out, he had these skits that lasted a couple of seconds, but didn't interrupt from the majority of the views. And then later on, like, a skit can be like... His skits went on to being, like, 5 minutes long and being their own segment instead of talking about the review. So... Maybe I could just stick with it, I guess. I mean, feel free in the comments of YouTube or Twitch or private message me or whatever. I'd like some more thoughts on this from people who don't catch this live right now. Other thoughts on this cherry thing. But it seems like the general consensus is people don't mind it since it's a short gimmick and it's Doom-related and, you know... And it's not the same thing, but Pink Heroes was a mini Caco thing for channel points, which does up beside a tree. But yeah, just keep it short. So make sure I don't go into like 5 minute long things. Just like they appear, there's a quick joke, maybe they do something crazy, you know, and then just wow, Cherry, your aim is fucking terrible. Was that an attempt? Me. Cherry, that was fucking terrible. You clearly have lost your practice in this regard. Oh, God. Don't break your webcam again. I have to be honest, Pineapple. I didn't actually break the webcam that time. It was never broken. I just didn't want to have my webcam on for 2 days. I wanted to test it out. Honest truth, and the webcam was never actually broke. I literally just didn't want to run a webcam for a few days to see what people thought. Also, I felt a bit self-conscious for a day or two. I didn't feel like having the webcam on. But it was also an experiment. I just wanted to see what it was like to roll back without a webcam for a few streams. So, just need Vote to show up and say the eye needs to be bigger. John didn't do anything, chairs are mine of their own. Yeah, I do agree in the end, you shouldn't break things for your art even if you didn't break it in reality. Oh, I mean, that's cool, but I'll say you point on tomorrow. Yeah, that was just a thing. So, it looks like, Cherry, you will be staying. This was like one of those nice things that works out where you don't plan it this way, but it kind of becomes part of the channel or the core personality or whatever. OBS is still behaving, yes. It's just Twitch's end. So I'll keep them short. You know, I'll try not to go on for too long. And if I don't have anything I can think of, I'll just do the hug and we'll carry on. You know, 19 to 25 bits. So yeah, thank you for that, my friends in the audience. Cherry, looks like you're staying. So congratulations. There'll be plenty more cherry dialogue and little quirky bits occasionally on streams. Try pause for a few seconds and play again. Usually fixes it. Desync copy. Yeah. Okay, so with that in mind, Cherry, I now need to hug you and we need to move on. So you have not been executed yet. Good, Cherry. Alright, now go back in your closet. You know, Doom will be on its way. And Cherry will be excited about the whole Doom Eternal thing, because Cacodemons and shit. If I could paste Cherry on my shoulder, I might do that for a stream. That'd be a fun idea. Keep it, but shorter. Okay, let me just make a note of that. Keep Cherry, but make sure segments remain short. Okay, so I'll make sure that those little things are like maybe like less than a minute. And if I can't think of anything, I'll literally just not do anything just to force the segment. It'll just be natural. So try and do anyway. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're keeping up, World Misfit. I will be playing more Lost Civilization tomorrow, so you'll have a bit more chance to catch up with me today. Play along. Okay, so that was the second serious thing. I may actually... I will hop into the game, actually, for this third part that I want to talk about. So let me just... Oh, I've already got the window open. How convenient. Yeah, that's a thought. Don't worry, it won't be as long as you think. But I need to show a visual example for this one, and it's always convenient. So, what have I taught you? Sweet. Well, you've led me on to the third thing I need to talk about. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. So I'm gonna shrink the old webby cam over here for a moment. Just put it there. There we go. Do it. All right. So the third thing I want to talk about. I don't think there's a login bonus today. No, there isn't a login bonus, is there? No login bonus. Okay, so the third thing I kind of want to discuss in the sweet state that's a bit of a heavier topic is regards this game, Dead by Daylight, which, as all of you probably know by now, has become my new addiction in terms of video games. This is the thing that I love to play. At least once a day, and I really have, and I still continue to enjoy this game. As I approach, I'm getting quite close to 600 hours in it now. Ever since I started playing it this year. In fact, I have 586 hours as of now. It's going to hit 600 by the end of this month. Maybe even creep towards 700. I don't know. It depends if there's anything big that happens, to be honest. But my main question is this. Do I play too much of this game on stream or not? That is my main talking point. Now, you've all seen that I have been doing some Dead by Daylight filler. And you all know that I have been covering one or two of the recent patches. You know, Sadako Rising was an event I've been looking forward to for several months, and was the main reason why I'd even was gifted the game in the first place, and was interested in playing it, was because of the inclusion of Sadako. You are not Sadako. You are Pennywise Jr. You, however, are Sadako. So I'll leave you on screen for a little bit for funsies. So my question, and then I did the 6th anniversary event, and she might jump scare you a few times. Please don't mind if she does that. That's just how she is. Not in my opinion. I mean, I always focus after a while, but I was not in the game. Really, I very much into you play. Oh, wow. I actually saw more of her eye that time. I think it glowed orange. Maybe because of the background? I don't know. There's also a sound cue to that, but I've muted it because I'm out-tabbed. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been playing it like to the extent where I don't play anything else. Obviously, I've been keeping up with Nightmare Reaper and the Doom stuff and other things in the last 6 months. But you will have noticed that at the end of a lot of streams, if I have like an extra hour to spare, I've suddenly decided to start playing DBD, and in some cases, that extra hour becomes 2 hours because it's like, oh, the Iron Mans are finished early, guess I'll play DBD for 3 hours, which I think happened last time. It was literally like, oh boy, I've got an excuse to play more on stream of this game that maybe only a few people like, and the rest of you are not bothered with. It's like, oh, I didn't come here to watch this game. Ugh. Her eye looks more creepy now. Looks like they made that detail a little more clear compared to how it used to be anyway. You can actually see like more of her eye. That's a cool detail. Well, you could see it before, but it was more blue because it was staticky. This is with the orange tint in the background. You actually see a bit more of her face. Looks cool. So you prefer when I play killer? Why, obviously I really do genuinely like playing this. But the main question is this something that I should just play off stream and leave it off? Or, I mean, I don't want to not play it completely on stream. Like, there are some events I might want to cover for a stream or two, But should it just be a case of cover the big events, maybe, very rarely do the odd filler, but other than that, use the time on the streams to play more of the games that people come to more watch and are playing. Like, I think Drowkin offered an interesting argument to this opinion when I was talking with him earlier while we were playing some KF2 together. It was a case of I lament the fact that I don't have I always go on about how I don't have a lot of time to play games. I've got so many projects to do. I've got so many things to get on with. I want to get this game done. I want to play onto this game and that game and that game, and so forth. Yes, I did. KF2 works now, but I'm not going to play a lot of KF2 because I got this. Now, I can't have two. I've kind of really only really played Killing Floor 2 for the seasonal events anyway. I haven't really bothered playing a lot of that for years, even though I do enjoy the game still. It's still a fun game. I don't know if you'd want to see me play it at some point, just for the one-off, but I've got like 1,000 hours in the game. I'm decent at it. You would. Maybe I'll play it once, but it's not really a game I play a lot of. I mean, this is the main game I want to play because I've got archives to get through. I enjoy this game more. Do you actually have Killing Floor 2? Shakar? Because if you do, that'd be pretty sweet. Don't play it because I got no one to play with. Oh, okay. Maybe a co-op session could be on the cards in the future. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah. So it's like, sorry, the argument that Drowcom was making was that I say a lot that I don't have a lot of time to play games. I got lots to do. And then I spend like 2 hours of playing this filler stream. Like, I'll play a game and then decide to spend another hour or two playing this afterwards. And that's time that he argues I could be spending on playing the game in front of me. Or whatnot, Like, less time considering jumping into this filler and more time playing the games that you want to get through, on stream at least. And that was his argument. And it'd be better if Drowkin was actually in the chat and could explain it a little clearer. I'd like him to explain it since it was his thing. But that's generally the gist of it. Like, you go on about how you got no time to play all these games on your to-do list and sort of thing, and you get distracted, and then you're playing this with this supposed free time you have. You're spending it on this, even though you could feasibly do it off stream. That part you actually sort of agree with. And he said this for quite a bit, actually. This is not, he's not just saying in relation to tonight. I know this is a thing he's saying in the past, way. Oh, you got all these games to play, but you spend free time doing silly filler things and not focusing quite as much. DVD relaxes... Well, sometimes DVD relaxes me, and sometimes it does not. Depends how the games go. That always feels like you're making streams even longer than it used to be on average sometimes. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know that in recent streams it's been a case of, okay, I stream this for 3 hours, then I play some DVD for the dailies, and then suddenly that becomes 2 hours extra. Because I get into playing Dead by Daylight, and I sort of forget, hang on, wasn't I streaming some other game before? Then I just say I was just going to do the dailies. Like, it's basically a case of, I do want to play this. I mean, I have the right to sort of play this on stream, but should it be done less or not? Are people happy with the fact that I do play this? I think that the fact that there's now, the event is over, I will be playing this a bit less in general anyway, because I don't have to rush. I can just play for the dailies and be done with it for a while if I want to, although I've got a lot of challenges to get on with. I mean, at the moment, look at the archives real quick. Now, I've got one last challenge in the 5th tome of level 1 of the 5th tome. I still have all of that tome 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 to get through. I'm not sure of things to do in this game, and I still have 3 survivors to unlock and achievements to do. I am not short on things to play with this game, and I really want to keep playing it because I really enjoy the game. It's fun. But, I am also aware that, I should... Not a lot of people enjoy these. It feels a bit weird transitioning to this game at the end of stream sometimes, and then spending 2 hours on what could be done in an hour, or 10, 30 minutes, or whatever. Should I care about this stuff? Probably, because maybe sometimes I do sort of get the balance wrong. And some of this could just be done off stream. Like, I could literally play this off stream for half an hour, get my dailies, and that's it. Done. Nothing else needed to do. I think Eon is fine to keep it for events and then play it after the game if you haven't had time to do your dailies. Still creepy. Hey, okay, how you doing? Maybe make a poll people could answer. Maybe I could do a poll. I generally think what I should do is, going forward with this, is... Because this is like a small thing on this channel, and a lot of people are here to watch me play Doom, and a lot of people are here to watch me play these other games and FPS shit, that this is like a thing I like to do on the side, and, I guess you could argue grind a little bit of, but it is fun for me. Maybe I should restrict it to where I just cover, like, events. Like, there's an upcoming mid-chapter patch which is going to break the meta of the game significantly. There's 39 perks being changed. Stop that. So I might cover that on the first day because that's a big deal. The mid-chapter patch with a lot of perk changes. That's going to change quite a bit how I play the game from what I've gathered and I'm seeing from videos released. There's a lot of interesting changes coming to DVD this month after the public test build is gone through the rigmarole. But some people say, and I know that a few of you are sticking around because you like watching me play this, like Ailjan, Jez enjoys it, Lord Sergeant loves the odd game, Shakar, you like it as well. Mike likes it. One or two others I think don't mind. I love to watch a few games when the perk changes, but you need to make sure Ailjan is there so they can join in discussions and can understand and ask you about it. So the general thing I'm getting for this one is that it's fine for me to play this. One or two of you maybe think I do play too much of this as a filler when I shouldn't. One of you said Dragon had a point with this. Again, I really wish Drauken would be here on the stream to explain this, the point clearly about all that. So, I mean, arguably, I might start becoming a little bit more of a DBD streamer-ish. But, nah, I don't think I will. I enjoy watching you play various games, so I'll be honest, Doom is the one I'm most excited for, mostly because I'm part of the community. I think that pretty much sums up my entire channel. Some people just enjoy coming here, but a lot of people are here for the Doom, you know? Which is understandable. Because that's how, for several years, it was nothing but Doom here, in the peak. It all comes just back to the fact that I feel that the channel is stagnating, in honesty. That's why I'm bringing up these big points, and that's something I kind of genuinely am starting to feel a little bit in general, but but that's the general sort of thing that I feel, in truth. So, yeah. I suppose that's kind of just something that has been like. I know I'm supposed to be talking about DBD, but I'm going to kind of segue onto this for a moment because this is something I mentioned with Drauken earlier before Games and Secrets. I genuinely feel that in terms of this channel this year at least, I honestly do feel that this channel is stagnating quite a bit. Because stop that. I might just change the killer for a moment here, so I don't get the weird buzzy things. Here, I'll switch to the dredge, brand new killer. There, have some animations are different. There you go. Have the dredge to look at with his full costume. The Sonic Kill's a bit too distracting right now. So I generally feel that, you know, this year in particular, the channel is stagnating. This channel is stagnating. I genuinely do feel that is where I'm at right now. I have mentioned one or two of you might remember that in maybe a few months ago, maybe just before the turn of this year started or at the beginning, but I talked about how I was looking at the Social Blade metrics for the expected date for when I'd hit this target, the 2,000 followers target, and I do remember saying that it predicted at a current rate back then of gaining like new followers and shit like that I was gonna hit it by about February or March of this year. And yet it's July and I have literally stayed around this area, somewhere around 1989, 1990 followers. As far as I can tell, I have been there for this entire year. And I have not gone anywhere. The closest I have come to the target here is 1993. Now I know it's a metric, and I know I don't always obsess over metrics, but I know that ever since I started this channel, back in 2013, I've always had this steady growth of followers and, to some extent, view accounts. Ever since 2013, it's been a very slow but steady thing that I've always noticed. Like, I always used to get a new follower here, a new follower there, every stream or so. Maybe sometimes I'd have... Yes, true. But I've always noticed in the past that that the follower thing was always going steadily up and up and up and up, and depending on how much and obviously I try to gauge quality over quantity, but I generally feel that, like, you know, for years I've had a steady, sort of very, very steady growth. And then this year, for some reason, I'm stuck. Now, obviously, I've had a bit of ill life. There was a bit of real life business around March or April, where I had the work trip, and then my nephew came over, so I wasn't able to stream for a bit. Yeah, I'm aware of that, World Misfit. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that things have changed, and some Drow can argue that the people at the post-pandemic needs people on Twitch as much, but that hasn't stopped other people getting doing okay. So, what I'm trying to figure out, honestly, is why is my channel stagnating? Like it seems to be. Like, I appreciate the core audience that I have. Love it. It's great that you're all here, that I've done all this work, and I really do appreciate your company coming into 10 years of doing it on this channel. It's been great. But I always like having a steady bit of progress. Sorry. Like I don't expect like to be fucking this become the rich and famous gig. It's just steady progress. And I've always noticed that. Always. I've always noticed that. For the entire time on Twitch, it's always been the case of, oh, I'm up 50, the followers go up slowly, I do well with views, I do okay. And it just feels like this year I have just stagnated. I don't know why. Granted, I don't play all Doom all the time, but I don't think it's just that either. I know that there's a lot more options for people to watch Doom content. I know certainly people do go elsewhere to watch, there's more Doom streamers. Ones with more experience, ones with better personalities, one with more creativity, ones who can offer more interesting insights into Doom, like Jimmy and Bridge and Coincidente being a speedrunner and so forth, Everyone's too busy playing Elden Ring. I don't think it's that. This was happening before Elden Ring was released. Be a nice theory. When I watched someone on YouTube who noticed that his followers had dropped in droves, the number goes up and then drops hard. It's not even that. It's not that I'm losing followers for what that's worth, what the metric is worth. It's literally I'm not hitting 2,000. Whereas last year, with the steady, slow increase, I would have thought I'd have hit it. And it just feels like something's changed. And I can't control external factors, but I have to ponder, is there something I'm doing wrong? Is there something I have fucked up with? Are people just going elsewhere for Doom content that's better? Are people getting fed up with the channel? Or is it just a general trend? Am I doing some missteps? Yeah, basically, that's it. Let me see if I can pull this up on my Social Blade. I don't obsess over these stats. To be fair, now there's no more viewer stats. It doesn't matter anymore in half. But, can I look at I want to look at detailed statistics if I can. Let's see. Okay. Can I... Oh, can I do the last 30 days? Dang. I think. Can you see people are leaving and joining, and can you see the number? Well, it shows like a I don't think I don't know if it does long-term projection. It does kind of do long-term projections as such. Oh, hang on a minute. Hold on. No, I am right. It's just that I perhaps have gauged the numbers slightly wrong. But only slightly, I think. I don't know. There's the thing I'm looking at. It does actually seem like I'm still kind of slightly growing, oddly enough, but it doesn't feel that way. And I think it's because I was gaining like decent forward jumps. Yeah, I think that's what it is. looking at an actual graph of it, it actually feels like it is, uh, slightly still going in the right direction, but slower, much, much slower. Like it's been stuck on around this point since May. So I'm not entirely wrong, but maybe I've got it slight. Well, I don't know, I'll say that, but looking at the metrics, I started off January with 1,979 followers at one peak that it measured. With a prediction of that getting to 2K by March. And then it went up slightly, and it's just been stuck around this point for several months. You're an awesome person, sweet. It should have nothing to do with your personality. I think maybe you could make a loose schedule. For example, having playtesting streams on exact days of each month. I also want to say that you're a wonderful person, nothing to do with that. I'm not joking when I say your streams help me a lot. We keep insane, not being us until watching. I look forward to your streams. I plan my schedule around. Oh, that's really nice of you, Shakar. Thank you very much. I know that there was someone else that I made a difference to in regards to around the pandemic. Demi Luna. She had 3 messages she sent me about it. I know I've helped a few people out by just being an entertaining presence, and I'm very glad for that. So I will say though, it does feel like the channel stagnated. I mean, I've been used to like slightly higher forward jumps. That's all. It still feels like it's going in the right direction, but way slower. So something's changed. Can't say what it is. I'm very well when I'm not raging. Yeah. So maybe it's not as bad as I thought, but I still stand by my point. It still feels like something is different. Maybe I could be wrong, and maybe if I just start playing a shitload of Doom, I'll hit 2,000 very quickly, and then it'll be like, what were you worried about? You just have to play Doom. That's all it is. Just play Doom more, and people will want to flock. And you might be right about the loose schedule. That's why I don't want these lists anymore. That's why I want to... Yeah, well, as long as it stays fun and not like... trust me, I used to be a lot worse, Shakar. I used to be a little bit worse. I have gotten better at that. Not fully, but better. Yeah, oh, jeez. Why did you have to mention that word, Misfits? Fucking hell. No, I still watch your streams of my mass on YouTube, which finding me have slightly higher view counts. Okay, fair enough. A schedule is something I've wanted to implement, but again, the thing I have to state is I cannot at this moment in time with things and changes, I can't really stick to a strict one yet. But I know I should probably consider trying to do something like that. It does sound like a good idea, and I know that playtesting would be a nice part of it. Maybe like once a week I do a playtest stream, or once every 2 weeks, or whatever. I think it would be nice to have a schedule. Yes, I know, but... okay, if you want a summary of what happened at Shakar, you may know that one of my channel rules when he first came in was we don't say the F-A blank blank O-T word. That was one of the rules that was implemented. In short, if you want a very brief summary of the bullshit that happened, I was playing Age of Empires 2, so completely talking about some AI, and I was struggling with some missions because AoE 2 is hard because I suck at RTS games and I find it very stressful, even on the easiest difficulty, I must add. I called a Spanish AI unit, I can't remember what it was, some saboteur or whatever the hell it was, some unit in the game, an AI unit. I called them a FA blank blank OT. Now, this is verboten on Twitch. It is apparently well, I suppose it is a hate word, a slur. I did not know I had said it. I was not addressing it to a particular person. And it's probably something I said just like, oh, you F word. Yeah, I didn't know I'd said it. Now, the only reason to be clear, this is not 100% confirmed. Because, oh dear God, I'm going to have to dig out the fucking email I received. No, I won't do that. So basically, I did that stream, and as it was going on, the stream was cut, suspended for a week. This was literally a Friday night with a half term. I lost an entire half term of streaming to that. I was suspended for a week. I got no warning. All which happened was stream gone, message on Twitch, can't access Twitch, you're gone for a week. And you know what? I'm going to dig up the fucking email. Where is it? Hang on, let me just see if I can bring it up. Hold on. Because I have it saved. Because I will not forgive Twitch for this. I will never forgive them. Ignore the fact this says audience questions. I will find the files. Give me a second. Because someone asked... I'm going to show it. I should have a thing somewhere about it. I can't remember where it was. It should be here somewhere. Actually, what I could probably do is just show you the picture. Give me a sec here. I do have it saved somewhere as a reminder. Yeah. As a reminder. It should still be there. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't bloody see it. Okay. Yeah, so let me just cut away from this for a sec and cut to this screen. Yeah, they cut midstream. So this is the email I got from Twitch immediately. Now, I don't want to dig this up. I'm showing this just to give you... I'm doing this for the sake of Shakar. I don't want to dig this up. In short, they did not actually state what the offensive word was. Stream cut. Suspended for a week. No recourse of action. None. They didn't tell me what I'd done. And only because Lord Misfit spotted that was the 99% guess. I was absolutely fucking clueless at the time. And I was pissed because I had no warning. I have had no previous troubles with Twitch. I have had no problems with this stuff. I don't go around saying hateful slurs and symbols, which may shock some of you. No, it shouldn't shock anyone. I was just banned for a week. And only because Lord Misfit noticed that one thing, that maybe, and I never got official. I tweeted at Twitch. I asked them what happened. They never told me, so I still don't know. I still, to this day, do not know. But I know the fact that it was cut midstream. That meant that whatever happened on that stream. That was my notification. You know, they didn't actually say. All they had to do, literally, was just highlight the VOD part. So this was probably an automatic ping or something. It could have been. I got to keep the... yes. Yeah. No, I didn't. But I locally recorded it. So it's still on YouTube. No, I got to keep... I locally recorded it, so it was saved. Yeah. I always locally record these, so I can put it in my archive, so that's not a problem. Yeah, a part of me has wondered that, but I have no proof. You know, I've heard of the concept of grey listing or blacklisting, where you quietly shove them into a corner, take them off view checks and stuff like that, you know. It's something that's happened on other social media platforms with people that are, in certain cases, yada, 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 down that conspiracy hole, which probably has some truth to it. I couldn't tell you. Oh, sorry. Audience questions is not meant to be up there. I don't know. The thing is, though, I've had no previous history. I have never had any complaint against me. Twitch has never come and said, oh, you shouldn't say that. I had no warning. And for that, I get banned for a week. I come back. I delete my Twitch archive. And this is by the way why I don't have a Twitch archive, because of shit like this. In fact, as soon as I dump it on YouTube, I delete the original VOD. So I used to have a massive Twitch archive, countless links on old posts and Doomworld, and now they're all gone. Now, I've no proof of that, Lord Misfit, and I can't say. If I've been grey-listed by someone, I can't do much about it. It's been going on for a year and a half. I don't know if that's the case because my growth hasn't exactly been killed by this. It'd be different if, like, I clearly still gained some extra followers occasionally, so it didn't kill it. But I always did wonder if, ever since that day, there was some perception difference. Did some people believe I had crossed the line somewhere? Yeah, I get what you mean. Grey listing, shadow banning is another term I've used, where you don't actually ban someone, but you don't allow them to be seen on feeds. You don't, and shadow banning. Effectively silencing them and don't let people find them unless you know them personally. And then the message doesn't seem to get out as much. But that's an old term that was used several years ago when it happened on Twitter. All Twitch had to do to resolve this was have a 2-minute conversation with me with a human being and say, don't say that word. And I would have stopped. I didn't even know I'd said it. That's the thing. I wasn't aiming at anyone. I didn't know I'd said it. It was a subconscious thing, and I felt bad about it. I got several people afterwards who told me to never say that kind of stuff again and make it a rule on the channel. Pineapple, you were one of them. King Dime was another. He actually told me to sort of cut that, never say that shit again and make it a rule on the channel, and I did. I've never said it since, and I make damn sure to be very careful I don't. Because apparently if I say it, I'm gone. But it really threw me off for a while. Anyway, that was then. I'm going to stop talking about it now. I don't want to dwell on it, really. It really shut me up for a while. And I still feel very resentful towards Twitch. And, another thing that happened with some of the streamer, but I'm not talking about that either. Yeah, not really. It was just more of a case of, I think the general consensus was everyone agrees the suspension was bullshit. I mentioned this in the Hellforge at the time. It's why I had to change my streaming a bit. That's why I had to try and get calmer. In a way, I feel that this event actually helped the channel a bit, because it made me realize there are things I have to be careful about. I'm a lot more cautious now. In a way, I feel it actually did me some good. It got me to realize a few things, and I'm now fully prepared for things. Now, everyone agrees it was bullshit. They agree that even if that was the case, and they said you shouldn't be saying words like that, which is fair enough, you don't just ban someone for a week who has no... I mean, come on. I had 8 years of no issues on Twitch, and you just pull me for a week for what? One word said to an AI unit off the cuff. Because of what? Who the heck? And I'll never find out. I would love to find out. That's why I was really keen on those Twitch leaks. I really would have liked to have had the thing where they have a list of suspensions and reasons. I figure out one day I'm going to find out what happened with that. And if I find out it was a human person that actually reported that, that person's going to have some questions to answer. But I don't know if it was. It wasn't fun. Keep in mind, I'm not an asshole. I don't really engage in politics for that precise reason. I don't want to. I'm very ill-informed and I try to be nice to people. So me getting fucking pulled for a week was real wake-up call in a sense. And who knows, maybe I have been shadow banned. I don't think I have, though. Because I certainly, I don't think I've been shadow banned. But who knows? It just feels like this year the growth has stagnated. My growth actually remained quite steady after that point. So it wasn't that. No, I can imagine. No, you're not. Yeah. So there you go, Shakar. That was the ugliest moment of my Twitch career. And thanks for digging it back up so I could relive the painful memories of the time when I was a horrible person, apparently, to somebody. I don't know who. All I will say is I have my suspicions, and one day they'll be confirmed. And he knows who he is. Anyway, that was that. Moving back to Dead by Daylight. Or moving back to Stagnation. No problem. It also allowed me to get rid of some trolls, which was nice at the time. Anyway, so I was making a serious point about stagnation, wasn't I? And the tangent went back to that. And then I realised that maybe we're not stagnating. I'm not stagnating as badly as I thought, but I still feel I am. But I'm going to need to be... Well, let's put it this way. If this target doesn't get met by the end of the year, then I could safely say something has happened. Like, at my current rate, even at this much slower rate, I should hit 2,000. I mean, actually, can I go back to the social break? Because they do run estimations on these kind of thing, and that's where I got the original function. So future projections. Yeah, the future projections currently showing is by November, I will have hit 2,000 followers. 2,003 followers predicted for 4 months' time. That is the prediction. So by then, I should have hit the target on this current rate. But it's very, very slower rate. So I think what I'll conclude from this is I'll have to see if doing a few things better and maybe having more focus on the games and less on DVD might help. Maybe playing more games that I want might help. Maybe just a general trying to advertise a bit more. Maybe you become a boob streamer. It might help or have cherry in your shoulder during streams. Well, can't rule out that, you know. No, I mean, it'd be nice if I could have cherry on my shoulder during the streams, but I'd have to attach them, and it'd be a bit hard with all the mouse movement I do. It's not like I... Bloody hell, Cherry. Me. Cherry, you can fly. I don't know why I'm carrying you in the first place. Get back in there. All right. You make a saddle for Jerry, yeah. Like, I was playing like a strategy game where I don't have to do a lot of quick movements. I could have like Jerry perched on something or a saddle. That could be interesting, wouldn't it? I think I will try to... Oh, actually, there was one other thing I kind of wanted to mention. Someone made an interesting comment, actually, recently. A random person, I have no idea who they are, made an interesting conversation with me. I'll see if I can bring it up for you. Jeez. I'd have to, like... But yeah, just give me a sec here to just... Okay. God damn it. Hold on. Give me a sec here. Turn notification. No, don't do that. No, like a strategy game. Like turn-based or something else. Or something that's slower pace, you know. Turn-based RPGs. Played those a few times. I want to show this comment, but it's so hard to, like, get the... I know there's a way of doing it with a view or something. Where you can, like... what's the word? You can cut the point or something like that. Like, shrink it. What's the button in OBS where you can grab a view thing and you can sort of... I can't remember what it is. Is it... okay, this will do. It's not ideally what I want, but I'll sell for it. Playing with OBS effects. That's new, John. Yeah, it's like this comment here. This is a person who recently decided to... sorry, I'll remove the Twitch go now. I don't need that there anymore. This is something that I got like a few days ago. Just a random person. I don't actually know if they even follow the channel, actually. they sort of said, "Hi, John, how are you? Your picture in the logo is very cute." I thought, okay. So I said, thanks. And they said, "You're most welcome. You put such a great effort in your channel, and you have great number of follows. So why don't you have themed logo, banner, panels?" And then I said, I like to keep things simple. Yeah, I really don't like adding a lot of things. I like to just stream. I'm used to just streaming on a basic website. I'm not used to all this fancy shit. That's why I didn't even have a webcam until recently. That's why I didn't have notifications and affiliate stuff until recently. I like to keep things simple. I like to have none of the. Well, I know a lot of channels have sub counts at the bottom and notifications left and right. I don't like that stuff. I like to just let the game speak for itself. And then they made an interesting, but I feel that at the same time they have a point, sort of. Yeah, it's okay, but people want to see glamour, so in this way your channels stand out. This is an interesting, and they haven't responded since because I haven't said anything until now. So if you happen to see this, I guess your comment got to me a little bit. But it's an interesting little conversation that I had. I don't know if I should maybe try and jazz up little tiny things. Maybe start having a schedule. Maybe put a few tiny visual tweaks or whatever. I didn't know you could have. I like you keep it simple. Don't want us overclamming shit with view counts and stuff. Yeah. I get that. I definitely don't want to start going crazy and having a bazillion things or whatever. Oh God, I have to get this back to. Okay, just reset. Yeah, reset that. Perfect. All right, reset and fit to screen. Sorry, I just need to make sure it's back to normal. Okay, get rid of that. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. So that was it. I don't know if I should maybe try and add some little tweaks here or there. Nothing major. I don't like them either. I mean, the streamers shouldn't necessarily be judged by having a bazillion bells and whistles and shit, but I feel it's clutter. Could I give an example of that, actually? There's a nice example of that, maybe. I don't want to be mean to this person, but I want to give an example, if she is still going. I'm really sorry to have to do this to you.
Hey, Twitch fam. Do you want to be at your gaming best today? Well, for Season 2 of...
Do I? No, I don't, actually. I want you to shut the fuck up and let me watch my goddamn thing for 2 seconds so I can make a point. Without being mean to this person, because I think she's very nice. Not that I really watch a lot of her stuff, but, I'm making a point. Oh, it's some advertisement for Halo. Shut up. Alright, let me just show the stream. Right. Okay, so this is, you might remember Blonde Chipmunk was a person who I recently played against in DVD one time, and then she came on the channel and I found her channel. I went onto her channel after playing against her and we talked briefly and stuff. So I just want to move my thing over here a little bit. I want to get out the way just for a moment or two. So I think she's a nice streamer. I mean, she's fine. I'm not criticizing the streamer in any way when I say this. I want to point out the clutter, though, on the screen. Look at all the clutter. I mean, people like this kind of stuff, and that's fine. I'm glad that she enjoys it. That's hers. That's her thing. But that's the kind of thing I don't want to do. I mean, you've got the webcam there. You've got this here, a timer running. I mean, she's doing a subathon. I think she's streaming for many hours. Timer's fine. You got sub gifter. You've got merch stuff. You've got Discord pings here. You've got a list of things for various sub amounts. You've got a thing at the bottom here. And this is a thing that happens in a lot of streams. I'm just using this as an example. I could have flicked over any one, but it's easy to access example. Sorry, Blonde Chipmunk. No offense meant to you. But this is the kind of thing a lot of streams are like sometimes, and I don't want to do that. I really don't. I feel it's way too much. I mean, for example, with all this, she's having fun, which is great, but you can't see the details. You can't see the amount of gens left. You can't see the perks being used. You can't see information on the top left or the top right. It's just too much. But this is what a lot of Twitch streams are like. You know, sometimes the quad is more organized, sometimes it isn't. Well, banners don't have to be things inside the game capture, but maybe things below the video players or channels I know but do that. Yeah, so this is the kind of thing I don't want my channel to become. I don't want to have banners and things and icons and bells and whistles. I like keeping it simple. And again, I'm not being critical of those who want to do this. I'm just saying this is something I don't want to do. Because in my opinion, it's clutter and it takes away from the experience of watching the actual game. But I'm aware that that's not a problem for some people, and that's the right. Alright, I'm done with doing this example. From what I've seen, she's a pretty chill streamer, so feel free to give her a follow, I guess. She's British, she's pretty cool. You know, she was dead nice in the Swift when I played against him recently. So, fun stuff. So, anyway. That was just an example. Feel free to give her a follow. Stuff like Arlene and Bridge does is fine for a more jazzy bitch. I mean, you can't actually see the damn game. Yeah, like, look at the stream I have right now. I mean, you know, I even feel the webcam is too much sometimes. But I try to position the webcam where it's not in the way. I mean, if you were to, like, play a game with DBD right now, none of this gets in the way. Like, sure, you can't see the tabs here, but, you know, it's just the Killers tab. You can see that I got the Killers loadout. That, you can see that. Okay, the chat maybe obscures some of the information, but it's nothing vital. You can see the text clearly. You can see the all the information on the side here, perhaps, or whatever. And in the game, like, you know, the screening might be an idea. Then you can only see the outline of you. I don't have a green screen, and that's expensive. I have a chat and video in the upper right, and it really covers important stuff. I wish more streamers did that, to be honest, although it had to be a 4:3 ratio. I like seeing the chat in video. Yeah, that is the thing, that is the big technical thing I really wanted. I did not want it being in a box. I wanted it in the game. I know it's quarter on the screen. And also the reason that I did this, by the way, because I didn't used to have chat on the screen either. The reason I did it was because some people were trying to figure out on YouTube bros what I was responding to. So I put it up there so that people know what I'm responding to. Makes sense. It's all good fun, and I'm getting the itch to play this game suddenly, and I should really not. I was almost tempted to say, like, I'll show you an example in the game right now of what it's like to not have the clutter in the way. That's the thing, when bots disappear, the chat yeah, exactly. So it always felt a bit weird, and I wish I had this earlier, because I know there's lots of the past archive clips where I'm talking about stuff, and I'd like to know what I was responding to as well. I mean, sometimes in the past, I did have this awkward box thing on the right. Maybe I could show it, actually. Let me see if I can go into my own... Excuse me, sorry. My own sort of... Oh, fucking hell. I just want to go into a playlist. Jeez. Playlist. From way, way back. Very early on. 2017. Do I have that there? Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, this is an old...
Oh, I'm live. Okay. Hey, Fuzzball. That's a thing.
Wow, this is old me. Old me. Yeah. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. That's old me.
Okay,
you know, black screen. There's the chat box. There's a big-ass picture of the game. A part one. I used to love these kind of pictures. There's the game on the left. Because people had boxes and stuff like that. You can clearly see the chat. Yeah, it's nice you have the channel screen, otherwise people might watch a live stream and watch and some ask questions. Yeah, this is how I used to stream for a very long time. You know, early on, I just had the game window and nothing else. Then I incorporated this box on the right, which is just a picture of the Twitch chat, and then a big ass picture.
feel like there's a bit
This
of
is way
sound
better.
away.
The thing is, though, you can't actually see the chat all that well. You have to sort of go... You can sort of, but it's stretched.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's stretched.
Die, Cacodemon.
Ultimate
Oh,
Torment
shit.
and
There's
Torture
one
was
right
a
next
bit of
to
an
me.
odd one, by the way. Yeah. I mean, this picture's way too big. Like, I shouldn't be taking up this much of the screen, to be honest. It's nice that everything is captured perfectly. There's no webcam or anything, but... Oh, what I do now, yeah. This was recorded back in 2nd of January, 2016. 5 years ago. 5.5 years ago, to be exact. This is how I used to play. Crazy. Guess I had a cold back then, too.
Oh, this appears to be the door.
Yeah.
Another door that's opened elsewhere.
Oh, I have no webcam, by the way.
Some
Just
nice
to point that
little
out,
level
just moving over.
transitions.
I had no webcam during the
I didn't
stream.
realise we'd done one.
So, yeah. Alright. Alice Bemused, RWPA, Market Anarchy, Antares, Wed Illman. Oh, man, Wed Illman. You used to be one of my regular viewers. What happened to you, man?
Nice.
I don't know this guy. This guy was probably just here for that time. There's AD79. 40 ounce. Yugi Boy.
Oh.
Jaws.
A secret.
Someone else people still around today, of course. Many of them. Crazy times, you know.
I think a lot of the
Fuzzball.
problem with a lot
Ever
of
Enway.
mappers is
Rabid
they spend so much time
Monster.
detailing levels and stuff,
Good
but then
times.
forget to put in good gameplay stuff.
Alright, enough of that.
Or just
God,
not
what is with
shit,
my
like-
fucking tangents today? I'm This is less of a sweet state and more of a sweet mess right now. All this fucking shit I'm going on. Last game I took out resolution was Ravenloft Strike Possession, yeah. Yeah, so I think I should add some little tweaks. You know, little tiny visual tweaks. Maybe a bit more on the page. I'll look into that, I think. Maybe add some little extra bits, little bits. Look into more visual bells and whistles. Make a save point for that. You're so funny, yeah, XD. So, I definitely gonna, you know, and one of the things I'm also okay, sorry, that's about the DVD content. I need to talk about that a little bit as well, obviously. Wow, this screen's been on for ages, and this dredge has just been swinging at nothing. How about a different killer in the background for a minute? How about Nemboy? There you are. Nemesis, there you go. Have a big Nemesis in the background for a change. I guess one thing you could do is shrink the capture area and put a border around it that has extra stuff inside of it, like a dedicated... To what? I don't want that. What would I have it dedicated to, though? I don't want to... I'm not talking about on the stream, either. I'm thinking like on the channel page, maybe. You know, maybe update my photo. Maybe add a nice banner. Maybe update... I don't mean like on the stream. I want to keep it minimal. I don't want borders. I don't want sub counts. You know... I feel this is enough. A webcam, that chat box, notifications on the right, and maybe every now and then flash that to showcase that that's not getting met this month, and showcase that for a shrunk picture. To be honest with you, I don't know why I bother with these pictures sometimes. They shrink poorly, but it's a thing. And then people ask me what the what is anyway, and then sometimes there's... that in the past, but that's not been used for 2 years. But it might be other stuff, you know, like maybe I could do some transitions between, like, from this to this, kind of what Pale Blue Camel does. Maybe I could add some, you know, extra emotes myself that I could add. Maybe I could try a bit harder to stream longer, focus, and less distractions. Kinikos is sinking some dollars for a UPS lately, if possible. How about the intro screen? He's been having power... Oh, a UPS. Universal Power Socket? Oh, okay. know I helped him once with the NUC, which helped him carry on streaming and gave him a bit of help a few years back. Have him contact me about that, Lord Misfit. I'm not going to promise anything, but have him contact me about that, maybe. Maybe another donation drive could be arranged or something, or I could just at least look over the details a bit. Yeah, so... Wow, this was really out of my time. This was talking about DBD, and I think it's been... I swear to God, I think I started talking about DBD about an hour ago, and the tangents went off to my Twitch ban, Clutter on Screen, and Stagnation of the channel, which may or may not actually exist. Well, it kind of is at the moment, but it may not actually be as bad as I thought. Sort of. So I think what I've agreed from all this discussion that we've been having is I should play less Dead by Daylight on stream as filler stuff. If I want to do a DBD filler stream every now and then, fine. Maybe I should do that, but only as pure filler, a pure chill stream. Nothing like doing it at the end of a game stream. I think that's one thing I should do. I think I should do away with this, I'll play DBD for an hour after my game stream, which may turn into 2 hours, which then becomes more time than I actually spent on the game. I think it should be like, let's not do that anymore. I can do the daily stuff off stream, especially that there's not an event on for a good while. Now, I don't think there's going to be like a big event for a little bit. I'm not until October anyway. I think they say they have 4 events in a year: Lunar New Year, anniversary, Halloween, winter. So the next big event will be Halloween, which is like the perfect time to play this game, I suppose. So I shouldn't have to do with any seasonal events for at least till October. So I could sort of just do the dailies and leave it off stream. Also, regards to the stagnation, I'll keep an eye on it. If I don't get 2,000 followers by the end of the year, maybe I do have to do something about that, because it's a sign that things really are actually stagnating. Whether that's a bad thing, I don't know. We'll have to see. Buy a UBS with bad batteries, replace some batteries, yeah. $200 or so. Oh, not too much then. But as I said, have him contact me on this bit. Okay. So, I do want to talk about some Dead by Daylight stuff briefly. I will do this briefly. So, I am thinking of joining the Dead by Daylight forums. There's an official forums, because I do play this game a fair bit, and because I would like to sort of have discussions about this game with some people who also play it. I'm thinking of joining the official forums at some point. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'll join the forums and have some discussions. Maybe I'll quietly link the channel if I can get away with it. And maybe a few extra people will come up to watch. Or maybe I can ask for help on things. I don't know. And who knows, maybe I end up becoming a Dead by Daylight streamer by the end of the year with 4,000 followers, fucking 50, 60 viewers, and suddenly I'm now a Dead by Daylight content creator who does weird shit. And Doom just becomes this thing I did in the past. Who cares about Doom? Fuck that game. Dead by Daylight is where the hotness is at. Nah, I don't want to join the forums, though. It'd be nice to have some discussions with people who care for the game in that manner. So yeah, thinking of doing that. And who knows, I will. If I get the chance, I might link an odd stream here or there. Maybe get a few extra people to come along. So in regards to the DVD stuff that's happened recently, so Dredge has been fun. I think he's a fun killer to play against, to play as. I think people have figured out how to play against him a bit more effectively now. But he doesn't feel weak. He feels strong. Unlike Sadako, Dredge feels pretty powerful. I think they're doing a good job with the Dredge. He's not like ridiculously overpowered, but I think he's strong. I think he's a fun killer. I think they're doing great with him. And hopefully they'll have lots of cool skins and hopefully they don't tweak him too much. Okay, cool. Also, I feel that the 6th anniversary event, which has just ended recently, I think that went pretty well. It was cool to get all the masks for the characters. You know, all the different masks for like Deathslinger with his cool mask, and the Trapper with their cool mask, which I haven't really played with yet, and Huntress with her really cool wolf mask, and Trickster. Artist. I still have not played as the artist yet. Fun fact. I haven't played as a single game as her yet. I have played one game as the twins, but I didn't really play a proper game. So there's still 2 killers in this game I have yet to actually play a proper game with. Artist and twins. So still 2 killers I have yet to experience. And of course there was the survivor mask for a couple of people as well, which was nice. Dwight got a goofy one because it's Dwight. Of course he would. Fang got a mask, I think. No, did she get a mask? No, she didn't actually. It was I can't remember. Well, I know Michaela got one. Cute little Michaela. Who's a cute little ginger witch? Yes, you are, you cute little Michaela. Yes, you are. So I think the 6th anniversary event went pretty well. And the upcoming perk changes are going to be interesting as well in the mid-chapter. They've got... Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going over them because it's... I was actually going to go over my thoughts on the perk changes again, but this sweet state's gone on a bit and we've had some tangents, so I'm going to drop that. Generally, I think the perk changes are going to bring in a new meta of endurance. It seems like a lot of it is going to be revolving around endurance states and survivors having extra health states and deep wound states to tank hits and stuff. It feels like maybe in some aspects killers have been given a slight buff, but survivors still pretty strong, with Circle of Healing still remaining the same, Prove Thyself still remaining the same. And despite a few delays and extra whistles, it does feel like to some extent survivors have been given a bit of a leg up in the endurance state, especially with Off the Record being quite ridiculous at the moment. But it does feel like there'll be some interesting changes to how, at least there won't be dead hards like they used to be, although maybe it's been arguably buffed. Arguably. It'll be interesting to see how, if my gameplay changes at all and gets any better on both sides. I still can't play Survivor worth a damn. But will I struggle more with health states as a killer? Will I have to deal with extra health states all the time? That seems to be the way it might be heading. Possibly. Right, so that's enough DBD on screen. That's my thoughts. So now we will pop this back to full screen. Pop. There we go. So, I'm glad we got all the 3 major points. So, the final talking point I wanted to briefly go over was the E3 stuff that happened. E3 obviously did happen. The Summer Games Fest, but essentially E3, where I did actually cover the PC Gamer Show and the Xbox Bethesda conference on that Sunday night in June. You remember I live streamed both of those. Was a bit disappointed that an early access game or two didn't come out into full release, but a couple of interesting games were revealed from the all of that, which I will showcase very... Whoa. Don't tweak with that, please. Oh god, I fucked it up. Oh, fuck. I'll have to tweet that next time. I wanted to just tweet the webcam. It's fine. I'll do it later. So, quite a few games added to my wish list based off the... Hey, Kitty Goss. No, you've not missed a sweet state. We're at the tail end. I've gone over my big 3 major points, though. So, I'm talking about the stuff I got for the E3 conference stuff, all the demos and new games I'm keeping an eye on. So there was Angerfoot, which was that really cool, fast Hotline Miami in first person with a foot sort of thing, which was pretty nice. Metal Hellsinger, the rhythm FPS game, which is pretty cool. This game, which was not actually part of the E3 stuff, was suggested to be by Draugen. But I'm potentially adding... This game has actually come out now. This is a game I'm thinking about playing in October for the horror month that I'm going to do. And that's still that's a thing that's going to happen every October. I like to do a horror month. This is a game I'm definitely thinking of playing for that. Agent 64, the GoldenEye type game, which is pretty cool. Navaris, which was something I didn't actually play the demo of, but it was a cyberpunk sort of sim game where you could fish. It looks so sick. Please play in October. Well, I'm definitely thinking of doing that. I just got a gift sub. Oh, nice. That's cool. I was setting your GP under voting in Cruelty Squad. But I like the cyberpunk aesthetic of this game, and you can fish, and it's supposed to be a bit of a chill game. It's something a bit different that I wanted to give a try to. It's not the kind of game I've ever really played before, but I like the cyberpunk aesthetic, so I'm giving this one a shot, maybe. Decarnation, that weird 2D platformer RPG Maker game, which looked interesting. That might be one for the future. Well, it's going out next year, so that's one for the future. Horror. This incredibly strange... kinky little game, Succubus, which... Who was it who showed me this one? Was it Dave? I think it was David During who pointed this one out. This wasn't at the E3, but this was a game that I was shown at the time. House... What the bloody hell was that on my list? Yeah, you're not on my list anymore. I wasn't that impressed with you at all. So you're off the list. And that's all the games I really kind of got. But and I played a few others as well. Some of them didn't really impress me. Others were okay. Yeah. So I'll minimize that. Put the webcam back up to full again. Okay. So yeah, did you want to talk about the UPS stuff here after the stream? Besides, I'm not sure the best YouTube. Yeah, maybe after the stream. I'm gonna be heading off shortly anyway. So I'll definitely wouldn't mind a conversation about it. Maybe over DM or something like that. So I know I helped you in the past with your previous thing, and maybe I could arrange a similar. We'll see. So yeah, I was honestly expecting a fully one Twitch. Yeah, do it by Twitch. Sorry, I forgot it wasn't on Discord because he doesn't do Discord. I was expecting like a full release of the game, though. I was expecting like maybe a Proteus announcement or a Wrath Aeon of Ruin announcement or some other game announcement. Yeah, I know how that kind of feels, Kinikos. When I moved into this house, a lot less plugs. Obviously not the same thing because the power's held up, but it sucks when you have less power sockets for things. I was expecting like a full release or two, but plenty of interesting potential upcoming FPS games and other types of games. And yeah, E3 was fun. And Starfield doesn't look terrible, but it looks... Hi kid, Starfield looks like absolute dog shit. It looks like fucking MMO tier combat with the level system and stuff. Well, maybe it'll be good, who knows. Yeah, Fallout 76 in space with leveled up enemies, and you have to go grind the dungeons. And I don't know. I'm not impressed by what I saw of it. People have been waiting years for that, and it looked just like a fucking MMO in space. Fuck that. I'll keep with Morrowind. I actually was really been tempted to actually reacquire Morrowind and play it again. I'm not playing Oblivion again. Oblivion is not good. I'm not playing Skyrim again either. No, I've played those. I've played the 3 main Elder Scrolls games. Morrowind was good. Oblivion was scaled crap, but did have some good quests. Skyrim was okay, but it got boring after 20 hours with dragons. I don't want to replay Oblivion. I don't want to play Skyrim. The only one I'd replay is Morrowind, because Morrowind is the most fun, but I don't think it would be the same experience. If anything, if I do want to play another Elder Scrolls game, it'd be Daggerfall and Arena, the very first 2. Especially Daggerfall with the Unity port. I think that'd be fun to do. Yeah, the Gamer Fest. That was where I got 1 or 2 of them from as well. The E3, the Game Fest. It's nice that games have demos still. Yeah, I'd really like to play at least Daggerfall. Honestly, I'd like to do Arena and Daggerfall, because I tried to get into both of them years ago when I had a free copy, because you can get it for free now. I'd particularly like to play Daggerfall, but I might do both. Then I can say I played every Elder Scrolls game. Falls over with enemies. Okay. Stupid and patient, human skills, carry something. Yeah. Alright. Save that for when I play Daggerfall, Giddy Gus. I wish you guys would talk about it randomly, I suppose. Daggerfall is a more stable option, can't say. Well, I've used DOSBox for that. So yeah. Plenty of cool games to come. Right, so that is all the points I wanted to bring up during the sweep date. So at this point, I will now throw open the floor to any audience questions. So for all 7 of you who are still here, now is your opportunity to ask any questions you would like. So feel free to ask any questions you want as I exit Steam. Quick question. Does Cherry ever use headphones? Let's ask Cherry that one. Cherry, do you use headphones for anything? Meh. Maybe address the camera when you say that as well. Meh. Cherry does not use headphones because Cherry has very good hearing, although I don't exactly know where your ears are. Meh. Oh, your horns are the ears. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. Thanks, Cherry. Oh. Does Cherry have a favorite color? Cherry, do you have a favorite color? Your favorite color is fire blue. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think someone asked you that before. Okay, thanks, Cherry. Go back into your fire blue closet so that the frames can drop. Are you actually going to play MS-DOS Daggerfall? No. I would have done, but apparently the Unity port is far superior. I saw a video on it. Apparently the Unity engine port of Daggerfall is fantastic. And honestly, for the sake of playing it on a modern thing, I'd love to. So yeah, I think it does a few things. I think it has a few modern conveniences which make the game better, I believe. So yeah, I would probably, with Daggerfall, I would probably play the Unity version because it'd be better. I think everyone pretty much uses that now for the game anyway. Yeah, well, Bethesda made Daggerfall and Arena free a few years back, so they don't really care what happens to those games, probably. You know. And they made them free, worse, so you can access them for free anyway. I would probably play, Daggerfall with the Unity pack, but Arena would be good old MS-DOS, I think, unless there's a modern pack for that too. But I'd probably play that with MS-DOS, the DOS box, because it's smaller, and I got used to, I remember getting used to the combat of Arena and Daggerfall on the DOS version anyway, so it wasn't terrible. Yeah. But that'll be way in the future. I mean, I have talked about earlier in the stream. I'm going to change how I play the other game lists in the future, which I'll go over briefly. Basically, after my current other game lists and Doom list are done, I'm not doing any more lists. I'm going to play what I want. So it'll give me more chance to play a game like Daggerfall, which I've touted for years, and other shit like that. Yeah. If we do this now, it's going to be well. Yeah. Okay, so are there any other questions from anyone? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Feel free to ask your questions. Oh, actually pressed that. Do you ever want to do co-op streams with anything with other people, like say with me or me? I've had this question before. I know people want me to do some co-op stuff. I would like to do some co-op stuff with people. I certainly did the Orcs Must Die 2 with Pineapple. Dragon Quest Heroes is going to have me and Sirius and Ward Misfits. I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm not quite as socially at it when it comes to sometimes with the co-op stuff. I sometimes kind of suck in good situations. But yeah, co-op stuff is co-op things is something I know people in the past have asked to see it every now and then. And certainly something I will do with things if it lines up nicely. Maybe I could do a Killing Floor 2 co-op stream with Shakar at some point, and I can find. I don't know if you'd be on the voice chat for that or whatever. I can only hear Shakar's voice. I can call for help permissions, yeah. But I'm certainly thinking of doing co-op stuff in the future. Another idea I actually also had potentially was with the release of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2 on Steam, which is two games I've played. I've played the first Dark Alliance a few times, and I've played Dark Alliance 2 once. I have been thinking of getting both of those and doing co-op with somebody for the whole thing. Maybe. Yeah, I'd be up for that. Alright, well maybe you'll see a Killing Floor 2 co-op stream with Shakara in the future. We'll have to see. I'm going to put that as a point, actually. I'm going to put that as a point so I don't forget. I'll use the info non-story dungeons. So yeah, I am thinking of doing co-op stuff, definitely. And I might do it with you too, Kinikos, if I can think of something we both have. I guess I'll have to practice KF2. I just installed it again. I'm sure it doesn't take much to get the gist of KF2. So yeah. Well, we both have Unreal Gate. Oh yeah, I have Unreal 1 and 2, that's true. Could be do some Unreal stuff maybe. We'd have to organise it. Maybe sometime. So yeah, definitely co-op stuff is a thing that I will be doing in the future, but just don't expect it immediately. I do have a lot. But yeah. As my schedule becomes a bit more looser, as I try to do things a bit differently, slightly differently going forward, I will try and incorporate that kind of stuff. What's doing my first person stuff against? I liked Thief 1 and 2. I know you could co-op Thief 1 and 2. Oh no, and here comes... Oh, Dave Paterva's going to show up now I've mentioned Thief. He's going to like sniffing out. He talked about Thief. I must stop what I'm doing immediately and come over and beg him to play Thief 2X for the 200th time. Although I don't see him as much these days, but I know he's still around. UDOT makes it possible because backported System Shock 2 netcode. I think that's what I used to play the FIFA 1 and 2 playthroughs, which was a few years back. When Fuzzball gifted me both of them. I like FIFA 1 and 2, except for the ending. Both games had terrible final maps, but FIFA 1 and 2 was fantastic for atmosphere. 10 out of 10. That's why I'm looking forward to Gloomwood. Similar atmosphere. There's also FIFA Unreal Tournament, because that's fun in co-op and way harder. Ooh, yeah, you did mention about that. And I do have Unreal Tournament, I think, if I remember correctly. I have like a bunch of the odd Unreal games for some reason. So yeah, are there any other questions from anyone? Any other questions? Oh, up to 13 viewers now, so maybe some of the new arrivals have a question before the stream is over. Maybe. 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 Got like a little note there. Unreal KineCast Co-op, maybe. I was going to change the title of it Sweet Steak because I've done it now. So it's not to be done, it has been done. Did you see the new I Am Mean TC update on the Zaydoom forums? It uses new cutscene. No, I've not seen that. I don't really visit the Zaydoom forums that much. Oh yeah, the video format. I'm still waiting for TNT Devolution's final map to be announced. I'm still waiting for the Doom World Maximum Project 2021 to be compiled. And there's a also sweet update your ZDoo to version 4.8.1. Oh yes, I'll do that after I've beaten Was Civ. Let me complete Was Civ first. Then I'll update it to the latest version. I know I should do that, and I will get on that. Sorry. But I better wait for point. Oh, great. I'll wait for that then instead. Although Edu put it to... Okay, so... Any other questions from anyone? I'm guessing there isn't any more questions. I'm guessing you've all spent... I mean, it's been nearly 2.5 hours. We've talked about a lot of things. I won't blame you. Let's give it another minute. Do you think we'll ever see standalone games on Build or Quake 1 these days, aside from Iron Maiden and Wraith? What, you mean Build Engine games? Probably would, yeah. Probably, yes. I think so. I mean, if the GZ Doom engine is being used for modern game development, I don't see why Build still can't be used for some of it, or the Quake engine can't still be used for some of it. So yeah, absolutely. I would think you will see that. If you want to count AMC TC with me, let's see straight try out sometime. AMC Squad. Well, maybe I will. I have said I wouldn't mind covering some stuff from other Build games. Death Wish from Blood, maybe a Duke thingy for you there, maybe, who knows. Paid games. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, you're seeing paid games for GZ Doom engine. You know, Soako's coming out, a bunch of Hellforge Studio games and partners coming out. I think you will see people doing Build engine stuff and Quake engine stuff and other little projects. It's the right time. Oh, right. Well, I'm sure he'll give the permission if it's enough game. Just don't jump into it like it's a boomer shooter. Okay. Well, it'd be nice to know if I ever play that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're still in the middle of an old school FPS renaissance. I expect there to be quite a lot more games coming out on the older engines or replicating games on those back then, which is great. It's a great time to be an old school FPS fan. Let's put it that way. And I'm still enjoying it. There's so many games to play. I just wish they would stop being in early access all the damn time and just fully release. But I know you gotta be patient with development these days, and I am. It's not like I'm short of things to play, but still want to see if you can come out. Speaking of FPS, oh, don't tell me it's going to be released in 10 minutes. I'm already trying to catch up on YouTube videos, and fucking Emp Lemon drops an hour-and-a-half video on the history of the Downward Spiral. And I gotta watch several others. Oh my god, I got a backlog of YouTube videos too. Too much stuff, not enough time. Why can't we live on a planet where orbits take 48 hours instead of 24? So I can have way more hours to do stuff. I mean, sure, we'd have to work longer days, but I'd have more time to watch stuff. Oh yeah, that's with me being petty, I think. Right, I guess that's going to be it for questions, I suppose. I guess. So, XD. Does it annoy you that people try to force Unity Engine, Unreal Engine, Godot Engine to an extent to do old-fashioned games? Wow, no notification at Streamlabs? No audio cue, I should say. Weird. Why was there no audio cue for that? There's normally an audio cue. It showed visually, but no audio. That was odd. Anyway, thank you for the 125 bits, Lord Misfit. Much appreciated. Old-fashioned games despite what engines also. Does not even people try to force Unity Engine to extend to do old-fashioned games despite what those engines are supposed to support? No, not at all, Kittycos. If anything, from what we've seen, the old-fashioned style is done quite well on the Unity Engine, Unreal Engine. I don't know what the Godot Engine is. I mean, Dusk was fantastic game. I think the people doing these kind of games, these old school FPS games on these engines, are doing a good job because they know what makes them tick. I sort of get what you mean. It's like where you create a retro game and it's not, or it feels weird. But in the case of a lot of the games I've seen so far, the old school FPS feel on a modern engine it works out pretty darn well. And I mean, you've seen stuff like a Medieval, which had low-res graphics, but you wouldn't notice because it was well covered from a distance. I have no problem with that because the gameplay of these things is intact. It's not like you're getting these games that look like the old school classics, but don't play like them. They're really more jagged and modern and slower. It's like, nah, the speed can just be zip, zip, pretty fast. And, I mean, yeah, the modern engines are different, but they can do more than the actual old engines, to some extent at least. You can do far more on the Unity engine than you can do on the Jeezy Doom engine, but then ridiculous GPUs despite the pixelated graphics. Perhaps, but in some of these games, they're still getting the feel of the gameplay right, knowing the fact that maybe it's not the most optimized. Play Dusk. Dusk is low graphics and stuff like that on Unity, but that's one of the fastest and best FPS games I've ever played. And Nightmare Reaper as well. The Nightmare Reaper occasionally has those little lag spikes because it can't handle too much, but it's pretty quick most of the time. I mean, the optimization could obviously be better. I see what you mean. It's like the older engines were able to support way more up to a point anyway. Like GZ Doom engine can handle 10,000 monsters in an arena to some extent. If you play in PR Boom anyway. Modern engines can't do that because it's too much unless they use a lot of tricks. Like Serious Sam 4 showed. Yes, he did. He did music for it. I believe he definitely did. I mean, Handu Hoshoke did most of the music, but I believe Lee Jackson did some of the music in the mini games, I think, or otherwise elsewhere. So yeah. I'm kind of surprised he's still in the business. I wonder if Robert Prince is too. I think he is. Didn't Robert Prince do a soundtrack for an FPS game a couple years back? He did the music for the Jade minigame where you fight a spaceship. Yeah, I think that was one of them. I don't know if he did a few others as well. Yeah, definitely. All right. So I'm gonna end the stream here. I have to get going. I'm heading out. So in short, the summary of this stream is I'll try and summarize it briefly at the end. So still waiting for a TA2 course. Need to plan stuff for summer. Other game list and Doom list after this point will not exist. I'll be playing more what I want to play in the future. But I got plenty to do, so don't worry about content. I'll be playing Doom, Eternals, The Ancient Gods Part 1 and 2 next, after Lost Civ. 1 and 2 are finished. Iron Man League Fun will do more in future. Cherry is sticking around. The pushy is staying around. Dead by Daylight you'll be seeing a bit less of it on stream, and more focus on you except for events or designated pure DVD fillers, of which there'll be less of those as well. And that's it. Oh yeah, and Dragon Quest Heroes 2 will be after tag, because now I can get on with it. So that's it. That will be that. So it's been a very productive sweet state. I've got it all off my chest. It's been fun. Thank you for chatting with me and talking about shit. Queen the theme as private summon feet. Ooh, turning to Celia, say. Nice. So we're gonna go raid We're gonna go raid Pineapple, who's playing some Fortnite. So I hope you like Fortnite, folks. And I'll be back tomorrow to do some more Lost Civilization. Getting back to Badoom with Lost Civ. Past the halfway point, so there'll be more Doom tomorrow night. So have a good evening, everybody, and stay safe.